Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamson Entertainment. Avengers Infinity War.
Spoiler alert! You've been warned.
The Marvel Universe has been building up to Thanos for over 10 years now, and they rightfully focus on Thanos. He is the protagonist in this movie.
Huh. Everyone's failed me so far. Guess I'll just have to do it myself. Everyone, protect the stones!
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's amazing the level of detail the writers, directors, Josh Brolin, and the CGI artists put into this character. To focus on the CGI, he looks so real I can reach out and touch an alien race. That's how real Thanos looks. And every little detail and every little nuance that Josh Brolin portrays in this role comes through as well. But they also dive into the personality of Thanos and just how much of a bastard he can really be and how methodical he is. An instance of how he's methodical, when the Hulk comes barreling through and starts beating the bejesus out of Thanos, it's really Thanos just observing the Hulk. And I applaud them for actually giving Thanos a real fighting style. He has a lot of boxing in his fighting style. You can see him blocking and countering the Hulk and turning so he can get the best angle. And to really show his dominance, he picks up the Hulk and just slams him down. And when you first see that, it's jaw-dropping because you never expect the Hulk to be completely dominated like that. And throughout the movie, this messes with the Hulk. The Hulk is not only physically defeated, but he's mentally defeated. The way they showed that he's a real bastard is when they have a flashback of him and little Gamora. Thanos has come to her planet with his army to conquer and to kill half the population because it's his belief that each planet, or more accurately, his idea of the universe's resources are finite and there needs to be balance in population. And he knows this firsthand because of what happened to his homeworld, Titan. A very similar story to Kal-El in DC Comics. The only big difference is Thanos was not sent to Earth to be our Superman. The movie's very brutal too. They take advantage of the PG-13 rating as much as they can. The first time they show this is when he kills Loki. He picks him up by the throat and he crushes his windpipe, and they don't cut away when he does it. They show it. And the next time is when he goes for the Mind Stone. He picks up Vision and he plucks it out of his forehead. I mean, it's not blood and gore, but it make you cringe. I also think they explained why he's called the Mad Titan. Yes, he has a crazy idea for balance in the universe, but I also think it's because he's sick and tired of arguing with people with his vision. He sees it so plainly, he can't understand and grasp why other people can't understand what he's doing, or even be grateful for it. One of the scenes I'm talking about is after he's encountered the Guardians and he's captured Gamora because she knows the location of the Soul Stone. And to get the location out of her, he tortures Nebula. But they also have a conversation about their past together. And Gamora asks Thanos, how do you know that your plan will work for the universe? And Thanos does something you see in real arguments. A person that's really tired of saying it over and over again, they'll do something like this. I'm the only one who knows. Great attention to detail. And then there's a third brutal thing, and that's how Thanos gets the Soul Stone. But just before that, you learn what happened to Red Skull. Yeah. They answered that question. I was really hoping they would, because to me that would be like, you're missing someone. You're missing a villain that started off the entire MCU. Yes, I realize that Iron Man was the first movie. I watch it chronologically, so then Captain America is the first movie and Iron Man is the second movie. And with Captain America being the first movie, Red Skull is the first villain. And after he gets teleported by the Tesseract, you don't know what happens to him. And now, thankfully, Infinity War answers that question. He's been banished here, and he's a guide for the Soul Stone. And he explains that the Soul Stone demands a sacrifice. A soul for a soul. And, well, here's the brutal scene. Yeah. But Thanos does not smile after he gets this stone. He is mourning for Gamora. And that's shown again when he goes to Titan for the Time Stone. The Avengers have gathered there thinking that they can take down Thanos on his home planet. And they very nearly do. They do a very good job of restraining him, and they almost get the gauntlet off. But Star-Lord figures out how he got the Soul Stone, and he just loses it on Thanos. And the first time you watch it, he's like, you idiot. But then you think back to the Guardian movies, and you're like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. He's fed up. He's tired of losing people that he loves. But before Doctor Strange willfully gives up the Time Stone, Thanos dispatches with all of the Guardians and Avengers on Titan, except for Tony. Tony gives it his all, and Thanos is so fed up with him, he does something crazy, like mind-boggling, insane. He takes the gauntlet and grabs the moon in orbit and throws it at Tony. It's absolutely, well, it's awesome. It's freaking awesome to see that. Then Doctor Strange gives us the Time Stone because he's seen 14,605 variations of the future, and the Avengers only win one. And he saw that in the future, Thanos has to get all the stones. So he gives it up, and Thanos disappears to Earth. But while he's transporting to Earth, there's the Wakandan battle, which is one of the most epic battles to grace the screen. It's definitely within the top 5 of all movies. There's just one thing I just kind of go, huh? But I came up with my own thought behind that. What I'm talking about is when the entire army is rushing forward towards Thanos's, but then you see Captain America and Black Panther rush ahead of them, which I don't have a problem with. That's absolutely fine. The one thing that made me scratch my head was, why isn't Bucky up with them? He is a superhuman. I mean, he does this and many other things in Civil War. He should be rushing up with them. But the reasoning I came up with is maybe he's sick and tired of standing out and he just wants to be an everyday person. And that's why he hangs back. That's the only explanation I can come up with. Also in the Wakandan battle, you see Thor brandishing Stormbreaker, and it's really cool and powerful. And he was able to summon the Bifrost to get from Nidavellir, where it was made, to Earth. And then when Thanos gets all the stones, Thanos throws pure energy at him, and Thor throws Stormbreaker like a tomahawk. It eats through the energy and embeds itself in Thanos' chest. And Thor gets up to him and says, I told you would die for that. And Thanos just looks at him and says, you should have gone for the head. And he wins. It shocked me.
Hey there, I'm Steve. Welcome to Gems and Entertainment. I just saw Infinity War. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Once I saw the axe embed itself in Thanos' chest, I thought that was it. You have to realize there's a 4th Avenger movie that still needs to come out. I know now that it's out already, but at the time, you were like, okay, what do they do from here? He accomplished his goal, and he flees. Well, I did see Endgame. That's another review, and, well, short review. Endgame was amazing. So these are my thoughts on Infinity War. I bought it on Blu-ray. I would recommend you get it the collector's edition. Possibly have to get it on 4K. There was no collector's edition for Blu-ray, unfortunately. It's my second favorite Marvel movie. Where does it fall in your favorite Marvel movies? Where do you expect the Marvel Universe to go after Endgame? If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people will like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and live your imagination.